Today I explain you chapter number 3. It is pair of linear equation in two variable. Today we learn about theory part. Okay. So first of all, first question is what is equation? These things we already learned in standard 7, 8, 9, but here I recall it. So equation is a statement that asserts the equality of two expressions. Okay, so finally in equation one equality sign is there, left hand side and right hand side. Now in both the side we have one expression, one expression in left hand side and one expression in right hand side. It is called linear equation. Here I written one example, 2x square plus 3x is equals to 5. So this is one equation. Okay, after that in chapter name we already read it, a linear equation. So what is linear equation? We already learned this thing in theory part of chapter 2, polynomial, right? If degree is equals to 1, it is called linear equation. If degree is 2, it is quadratic equation. Degree 3, it is called cubic equation. And degree 4, it is called polynomial of degree 4, and so on, right? So for linear equation, what is the condition? Condition is degree is equals to 1. Degree means highest power of variable, right? So here I written one definition for linear equation. Equation which have degree 1 is called linear equation. Now an example, 3x plus 5 is equals to 0. Here x is one variable and exponent of this variable, it's a 1, so it is called linear equation. Now linear equation in two variable. If two variables are present in the equation, it is called equation in two variable, right? So if two variables are present in one linear equation, it is called linear equation in two variables. So here one example I written here, 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. Now variable means whose value we can change, right? Here two variables we have, it is x and y, right? Here two variables are present and both have exponent 1. That means degree is equals to 1, highest power of variable. So this is one linear equation and two variable are present in linear equation. That's why this is called linear equation in two variable, right? That variable no need to always have a x and y, but sometime it's a b, otherwise whatever m, n, it can be any alphabet. Okay, so linear equation which have two variable, it is called linear equation in two variable. Now graph of linear equation is always a straight line, right? If we draw the graph of linear equation, it is always a straight line, and that's why it is called linear equation. Okay, graph we get always a straight line, that's why it is called linear equation. Okay, then in linear equation, for finding out solution of linear equation, I explain you after this topic. Now what is the first of all solution of linear equation? Here I written one definition for solution. It is value of variable which satisfy the equation is called solution of equation. Okay, value of variable which satisfy the equation is called solution of equation. Okay, so here we have some example. First example is 2x square plus 3x is equals to 4. Now for which value of x, here both left hand side and right hand side are same. So if we put here x is equals to 1, right, then in place of x 1, so here 1 square, then 3, 1, so 2 into 1, it's a 2, 3 into 1, 3, 5, this is the right hand side. So here x is equals to 1, it is called a solution of equation. Okay, value of x which satisfy the equation is called solution of linear equation. Okay, so here in first example x is equals to 1, it is the solution of this equation. Now here we have second equation, 3x plus 5 is equals to 0. Now if you put x is equals to minus 5 by 3. So put this value here. So here 3, then x minus 5 by 3 plus 5. So here 3 cut. So minus 5 plus 5, it's a 0. It satisfies the right hand side. So this value x is equals to minus 5 by 3 is called solution of linear equation. Right? One more example we have 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. Right? 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. Now put x is equals to minus 1 and y is equals to minus 1. So here in place of x minus 1, again in place of y minus 1 plus 5. So here 2 ones are 2, plus minus minus, plus minus minus, 3 ones are 3 plus 5. Now here minus minus plus, 3 plus 2 5, big number sign, it's a minus, minus 5 plus 5, it's a 0. So this value, that means x is equals to minus 1 and y is equals to minus 1, is satisfy the equation, satisfy the right hand side. That's why this is called solution of linear equation. Okay, so x is equals to minus 1, y is equals to minus 1 is the solution of this linear equation. So this is the solution of linear equation. One more thing, it is for solution of equation. Solution of equation, that means we need to find the value of variable. Right? For finding out solution, number of variables is equals to number of equation required. Okay, in linear equation, number of variables is equals to number of equation required to solve the linear equation. That means if we have one equation here, 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. Okay, so here two variables are present, x and y. So here we need two linear equation. Here we need two linear equation to finding out the exact value of x and y. Okay, because here more than one value are possible, right, for x and y. So finding out one fixed value, that means the solution of linear equation. Now whatever number of variable are present in the equation, we need to have that number of equation. Okay, so whatever number of variables are present in the equation, so to solve the equation we need same number of equation. Right? If three variable are present, then we need three equations. If one variable are present, we need only one equation. So here 3x plus 5 is equals to 0, right? Only one variable is present, so we can find out the solution of this linear equation by one equation only. So transfer this 5 to the right hand side, it's a minus 5. Okay, now transfer this 3 to the left hand side, it goes to the denominator. So minus 5 by 3, it is a solution of linear equation, because here only one variable is present, so we want only one equation, right? But what is our name of this chapter? Is pair of linear equations in two variables. So here in this chapter we have two variables. So for solve the for solution of equation we required two linear equations. Okay, so in all the equation we try to find that two equation, and after that from that two equation we find the value of variable. Okay, now here I have one example for a solution of equation. This I already explained you, right? 2x plus 3y is equals to 5. We put x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1. Then left hand side is equals to right hand side. So this is the solution of equation. Okay, then standard form of linear equation in two variable. Okay, so what is the standard form of linear equation in two variable? First of all, for linear equation, our exponent of both the variable needs to be 1. Okay, exponent of both the variable needs to be 1. So here ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Okay, x and coefficient of x, it's a, y and coefficient of y, it's a b, and one constant term. So this is the standard form, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Now let's take two linear equations, okay, with two variable. So first equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, and second equation a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. So if we have this two equation, we can define these things. Okay, I see many video in YouTube, and in most of the video they directly tell these things you need to remember. But here I try to explain you all these things, how we can derive it. Okay, so first of all, some conditions we have here. If a1 upon a2, first of all we need to find three ratio. a1 upon a2, we get the value of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 from the equation. Okay, a1 means coefficient of x, a2 means coefficient of x in second equation, b1 means coefficient of y in first equation, b2 means coefficient of y in second equation, c1 is constant term in the first equation, and c2 is constant term in second equation. So first of all we need to find three ratio, that is a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2, and c1 upon c2. Okay, first of all we need to find this three ratio. Now from this three ratio we can define this thing, means we can say about the solution of equation and also the graph of equation. Okay, so out of this, if we can get a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2. Okay, a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2, then types of line, that means intersecting lines, that means the graph of this two linear equation. Now here we have two linear equation, so both the equation have graph as a straight line. Okay, but that straight line, it's look like this, intersecting lines. Okay, because the two lines intersect at only one point. Okay, two straight line cannot be intersect at 2 point, right? Now for two lines, how many possibilities are there? The two lines can be parallel, otherwise the two lines lies on the same line, that means coincident line. If two line, one line lies on the another, then it is called coincident line. This is parallel lines. Okay, then this is intersecting line, that means intersect at one point. Okay, so this is intersecting lines. Now two lines cannot be intersect at 2 point. Okay, only these three possibilities are there. First one is parallel line, coincident lines, and intersecting lines. Okay, now coincident line means it intersect at infinitely point. Okay, at every point both the line intersect. Intersecting line means intersection point is 1. Okay, so first condition is this, intersecting lines means two line intersect at 1 point. Okay, we can say, if we find the ratio of coefficient, then we can say that from a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2, so that two lines is intersecting line, that means that two lines intersect at 1 point. Second thing is the solution. What is the solution of equation? Solution of equation, if we have two equation, right, if we have two equation, then solution of equation, that means value of x and y which satisfy both the equation. Okay, solution of equation, that means value of variable which satisfy both the equation. Okay, so if we have 2x plus 3y is equals to 5, and another equation if we have 7x plus 9y is equals to 16. So what is the solution of this equation? Right, value of x and y which satisfy both this equation. Now if we put x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1, right, it means value of, now put this value in equation 1, so you get answer 5. Put this value in second equation, you will get answer 16. Okay, so this value satisfy both this equation, so it is called solution of equation. Okay, if only one line is there, then there is a infinitely solution, but if two line is there, then these three possibilities are there. That means infinite solution, otherwise only one solution, otherwise no solution. I will explain you what is no solution in infinitely solution. But solution of two equation, that means value of x and y, will satisfy both the equation. Now in graph, if we draw the graph of two lines, now this is intersecting lines. Okay, so here one intersection point and this point have some coordinate, right? Suppose it's a 2 and 3. Okay, here we have one graph x and y axis. Okay, then solution means intersection point of two lines, because this point 2 3 lies on the first line even and lies on the second line even. Okay, this point is lies on both the line, so that this point can solve both the equation. That's why it is the solution of linear equation. Okay, if we take any point which is lies on this line, it only satisfies this line. If we take any point which is lies on this line, it is only satisfied this line, means equation of this line. Okay, if you take any point on this line, it only solve the equation of this line. Okay, and if you take any point on this line, it is only solve equation of this line. But if you take the intersection point, right, if you take this intersection point, then this point is lies on both the line. Okay, so it can solve both the equation. Okay, it can satisfy both the equation. So this is our solution of linear equations. Okay, that means intersection point. Now unique solution, that means we get only one intersection point, right? Only one intersection point, so we can find only one solution. Okay, in the intersecting line we can find only one solution. It is called a unique solution, means only one solution. Okay, unique solution. So here all this thing we already written here. And one more thing, consistency. Now consistency means what? If you can find the solution of equation, then the equation is called consistent. Okay, if you can find the solution of equation, it is called consistent equation. If you cannot find the solution of equation, it is inconsistent. Okay, if you cannot find the solution of linear equation, it is inconsistent. So this is first case, intersecting line. Now when you get intersecting lines, if your a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then types of line is intersecting line. Graph I already drawn here. It intersect at one point, so it is called unique solution, and it is consistent because here you can find one solution. That's why equation is consistent. Now second thing, first of all we need to compare this, right? a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. If this is not equal, then we can directly say it is linear equation. But if a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, then there is two condition, right? If a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, then it can be equals to c1 upon c2. Otherwise it cannot be equals to c1 upon c2, right? If a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, then two condition is equals to c1 upon c2 and not equals to c1 upon c2. Now if we get this condition, that means a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2, then our two lines is coincident line, because means one lies on another. right? Like this, coincident line, one another. Okay, so this is the condition of coincident line. Now in coincident line, every point lies on both this line, right? Because these two lines are same. So every point on the line, it is lies on both the line. That means we get infinite intersection point, right? Because line do not have any end. So we can get infinite intersection point. So here we can find infinite solution of the equation, right? Infinite solution of the equation. That's why we've written a number of solution. It is infinitely many solution. Okay, we can find infinite equation. Okay, so this thing I written here. Coincident line condition is A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is equals to C1 upon C2. And we can find infinitely many solution. We can find the solution. That's why consistent, right? In first case, unique solution means one solution. So we get one solution. That's why it is consistent. In infinitely many solution, we can find infinite solution. So if we can find the solution, then it is consistent. So this is consistent. And graph of this equation, one lies on another. Okay. Then third case, parallel lines. If two lines are parallel, then they do not intersect at any point, right? If two lines are parallel, then they do not intersect at any point. So we cannot get any intersection point here, right? We cannot get an intersection point. That means no intersection point. No intersection point. So here we cannot get any solution because solution means intersection point. Here no intersection point. So we cannot get any solution. So no solution. And we cannot get solution, any one solution. That's why it is inconsistent. Okay, because we cannot find any solution in these two equation. So this is inconsistent. Okay, now what is the condition of parallel lines? It is our third condition. If your A1 is equals to A2, B1 upon B2, but it is not equals to C1 upon C2, then two lines are parallel. Okay, this is the condition of parallel lines. Okay, now after that I will explain you how these conditions can be arrived. Now first of all we draw one graph of linear equation. Okay, this is the graph of linear equation. Now first of all you need to learn about slope. What is the slope of this line? Slope means steepness. Okay, it can be defined as the angle created between horizontal and line, right? Angle created between horizontal and line, it is slope of equation. If this angle is theta, if a linear equation, if one line makes theta angle with the horizontal, then slope m is equals to tan theta. Okay, tangent of this angle is called slope. M means m is denoted slope of line. Okay, m is equals to tan theta. Here for example I take one point here A, B. Okay, A and B. So here this is your B. I give name A, B, C. So AB is equals to B. Now BC is equals to A. Horizontal distance, it is represented by the x-axis. Vertical distance is represented by y-axis, right? So this is B and this is A, right? So what is tan theta? So here tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side B by A. Okay, so tan theta is equals to B by A. This is a slope. Tan theta represents slope. Okay, in graph, if we draw the graph of straight line, then we can find it's a slope. I draw this triangle with origin, but you can draw this triangle at anywhere. I guess means you can draw like this even. Okay, then you need to find this side and this side, so you can get value of 10. It is your slope. Okay, how you can find this side? It is the difference of y-axis, right? This point have the value 5, and if this point have value 3, so this is 2, right? 5 minus 3. Same thing if here 10, and if here 2 is present, so 10 minus 2, it's 8. So you can find slope. Now if we have one linear equation, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, then slope is equals to minus a by b. Then slope of linear equation is represented by minus a by b. Okay, linear equation is represented by minus a by b. This formula minus a by b you can also derive by the derivation. Now derivation means dy by dx. Dy means difference in x, and difference in, so dy means a difference in y, and dx means difference in x. But derivation you will learn in standard 11 and then 12, so you can use the derivation method here to find out the slope of equation. Okay, but right now you don't know the derivation, that's why I directly tell you slope m is equals to minus a by b. Okay, now one more thing. So here I written minus a by b. This is the slope of linear equation. Okay, now if two line, now two possibilities are there. For two line having same slope, if one line is like this and second line is like this is two parallel lines. Okay, parallel lines have same slope. Okay, parallel line always have same slope. It makes same angle with the horizontal line. That's why it is parallel. Okay, because parallel line do not intersect anywhere. It always have same perpendicular distance at every point, right? So it have same slope. So here formula is a by b. If two line is there, so your a1 minus a1 upon b1 is equals to minus a2 upon b2. Okay, minus a1 upon b1 is equals to minus a2 upon b2, because both lines are parallel line. Okay, if both line are parallel line, then they have same slope. So here I written minus a1 upon b1 minus a2 upon b2 means same slope. So minus minus cancel from both the side. Okay, now this b1 transfer to the left hand side, and this a2 transfer to the, sorry, this b1 transfer to the right hand side and a2 transfer to the left hand side. So in left hand side what you will get, a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, because this a2 goes to left hand side, it goes to the denominator, and this b1 goes to the numerator. So alternately you will get a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2. Okay, so first is a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2. So if your slope is same, then two condition is possible. Your two lines is parallel, otherwise it is coincident line, because coincident line means same line, so both have same slope, right? So for same slope we have two condition, either they are parallel lines, otherwise coincident line. Okay, so we need to define the condition for coincident line and parallel lines. Okay, one more thing. Right now I rub this equation of slope, formula of slope. Now formula of linear equation, it is represented by mx plus c. This thing you will learn in standard 11 science. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c, because every linear equation have some slope except vertical line. Okay, so if you multiply something, means your coordinate with a slope, and if you add some constant term, then one linear equation is formed. Okay, here m represent slope and c represent intercept with the axis. This c is represent intercept with the axis. That means if you draw the graph, then this is your intercept c, means distance of this point from the origin, right? If your straight line does not pass through the origin, then it is either upward direction, otherwise downward direction. Okay, so this is the vertical distance of the straight line and origin. This is represented by intercept c. Okay, now if you have two coincident line means same line. So for coincident line, your intercept must be same, right? Because it is intersect y-axis at only one point. Okay, so distance of origin and this point, it's the same for both the line, because both have same line, coincident line, right? It is passed through the same point. So this distance is same for both the line. That means intercept c is same, right? But here, which standard form we use here? It is a1x b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Okay. Here, how can we get the form y is equal to mx plus c? Here we've written a standard form. It's a a1x b1y c1 is equal to 0. Okay, so if we want to convert this equation into y is equal to mx plus c, then here y is single, so here we need to cut b1. So divide all the equation by b1, both the side. So here b1 cut. So here a1 upon b1 it's a m, but here minus m, right? Because formula m is equal to minus a by b. So in place of a by b, we can write minus m. Here y, and here c1 upon b1, and here 0. Okay, so this is our intercept, right? First of all, transfer this two things to the right hand side. So y is equal to mx minus c1 upon b1. Okay, but what we say for parallel line, our intercept c is equal to same, right? Because in coincident line, both the line lies on the same point. Sorry, both the lines lies on another. Okay, so both the line intersect y-axis at the same point. So distance between that intersection point with y-axis and origin, it is intercept c. So our intercept c needs to be same in both the equation, right? Now here what we get for intercept? So our c1 needs to be equal to c2, but our c1 is here minus c1 upon b1, here minus c2 upon b2, right? Because we converting standard form into y is equal to mx plus c. So our intercept c becomes minus c upon b. So here our intercept are same. That means minus c1 upon b1 is equal to minus c2 upon b2. Here from both the side minus minus cancel, right? Transfer this c2 to the left hand side and transfer this b1 to the right hand side. So c1 upon b1 is equal to, sorry, c1 upon c2 is equal to b1 upon b2. So what is the alternate condition for coincident line? First, we noticed one thing earlier. For same slope, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 in parallel line and coincident line. In both this case, we have same slope. So a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2. but it is equals to C1 upon C2, then this is coincident line because intercept C is also same. Okay, so A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2. This shows that your slope is same, and this condition shows that your intercept is also same, right? Both are same, that means intercepts are same and slope are same, that means same line, right? Because it have same intercept and same slope, so this is coincident line. Second thing, if slope is same but your intercept is not same, then this is parallel line, right? Intercept is not same, it means that one line here and maybe one line here, so this is parallel line, right? In parallel line slope are same, that means A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2, but intercept are different, so not equals to C1 upon C2, right? For coincident line intercept are same, that's why is equals to C1 upon C2. In parallel line intercept are not same, that's why A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is not equals to C1 upon C2. This is the condition for parallel line. Okay, intercept means intersection point with y-axis. Distance between intersection point with y-axis and origin, it is intercept C. This thing you will learn in standard 11. Okay, so two condition we derived here. Which one? For coincident line A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is equals to C1 upon C2, and for parallel line A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is not equals to C1 upon C2. Now third case, if your slope is not same, right? If your slope is not same, that means A1 upon A2 is not equals to B1 upon B2, then definitely it is a coincident line, right? If your slope is not same, then two line must be intersect at one point. So this is the condition for intersecting line. Intersecting line, they do not have same slope, right? If they have same slope, then only two condition, parallel line and coincident line. But if they do not have same slope, then it is intersecting line. So third condition is A1 upon A2 is not equals to B1 upon B2, right? So this three condition A1 upon A2 is not equals to B1 upon B2. It's an intersecting line. A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is equals to C1 upon C2. It is coincident lines, and A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is not equals to C1 upon C2. It is parallel line. Okay, after that we have some method to solve the linear equation, but that method we directly understand while I explain you exercise 3.2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that method we directly learn in the exercise. Okay, we have total three method: substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method, and last one is reducing a pair of linear equation. Okay, these things we directly learn in exercise. So if you have any doubt in the theory, then you can write in comment section. Okay, and share this video with your friends who study in standard 10. Thank you.